Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Welcome to the Grow Tent, everybody. You have found the best growing channel on YouTube, man. The place where we simplify the approach for you so everyone can learn how to grow. We make it so simple, even I can understand. So I'm going to listen and learn right now.
Woo! Welcome back to the Grow Tent, everybody. We got a great episode for you today. Today, I've been getting quite a few questions from, it seems like some really new people that are just getting into this. These kind of questions generally come up any and every time like a new state will go legal. And so today we're going to talk about one of those questions I get, which is what's the best, I always get the question, what is the best tent size for somebody that's starting out? So today we're going to go over what I think is the best tent size. Now, is this the right tent size for everybody? No, but I will give you the pros and cons of why I think this is the best tent size, especially for beginners, or even if you're not a beginner. I mean, I have a bunch of these tents in my grow room, and I'm going to put it out and say it is my favorite style and size of tent. And we're going to talk about that today. But first, as always, guys, the intro. We're going to skip the normal, like the like, comment stuff and, watch. We're going to skip all that. We're going to even skip the Patreon stuff today because we have an important topic to talk about in this intro. So we're going to skip the normal nuances to it, and we'll still run the Mars Hydro commercial, but we're going to skip all the other stuff. And the one thing I want to talk about today is Highigan's channel, one of our fellow creators. We love we love Neil and Heaven over there. One of their, or not one of, but their main Instagram account got deleted for just, it's the typical, hate on can of content creators from the algorithm as usual. So if you could do me a big favor, go over there, follow their backup account. If you don't know how to get to it, just head over to Instagram today. Almost every creator has got something, got links to it, but go over there and follow their backup account so we can get their account back up and to where it was, because I believe their old account was well over 20,000 subscribers. No warnings, no strikes, no nothing, just gone. And these are some of the things. I know my main account has been deleted and gotten back 3 different times in total. And it's just one of the things that we have to deal with whenever we're dealing with, creating and trying to bring you guys content on this wonderful plant that we all know and love. So if you guys do me a big favor, head over to Instagram, follow their backup account. Much appreciated. Let's get today's episode going right after this commercial from Mars Hydro. If you don't like it, skip it. Kind of cool stuff. Guys, you're looking for any kind of new light, new tent, new whatever, check out Mars Hydro. This is actually the second way the channel makes money. It's not as much as the Patreon, but it's still a nice little bump. If you use the code WTTGT whenever you check out, we will get a nice kickback, and you will get a nice discount at checkout for any kind of new lights, new tints, new fans, etc. Mars Hydro pretty much makes anything you could want for your tent. They pretty much make to help you grow. They've got great products. We've been using them for years. They've been the main supporter of the channel since we had only 500 subscribers. They've been a supporter of the channel and a sponsor. So thanks again, Mars Hydro. Please remember to use the link in the video description below. Use our code, get a discount. We get kickback. Much appreciated. All right, that's enough. Okay. Woo! We're back. We're back. First of all, I'm going to say thank you to everybody that just went over there. You paused the video. You went over to Instagram. You followed Neil and Heaven's new backup account. So I'm going to say much appreciated. Anytime anything like this happens to us content creators, I just love the fact that we all kind of band together and try to push each other's channels back up. It's one of the greatest things about this community is that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's go. Let's talk about my favorite style of tent. And I've been doing this a long time, and this is still, like, if you ask me, you're like, you get one tent forever. You're just growing for yourself. You get one tent forever. What size tent? What are you going with? I'm telling you right now, it's a 2x4, 2 foot by 4 foot. There's a couple reasons for this. If you're only doing it for your personal self, you can pull a ½ pound out of this tent every time you cut it down. The really nice, it's got a bunch of really nice parts about it. Problems with 2x4s back in the day was the 2x4s, they were 2 foot by 4 foot, but they were only like 5 foot tall. So they were these tents that were nice, they fit up against the wall, but they were really short back in the day. And now they've gotten away from that. Even though they're only 2 foot by 4 foot, you get nice 6 foot tall tents. And when you have a 6 foot tall 2x4, it is literally I mean, it can literally fit in a closet. You can stick it up on a wall. It doesn't take up the entirety of the room. But even myself, just like all of you guys, whenever we get into this, we want the biggest tent possible. And we usually end up with like a 5x5 or a 4x8. If you're a new grower, it sounds awesome whenever you're talking about a big tent like that. Yeah, my hat's always messed up. It sounds awesome whenever you're talking about a big tent like that. I'm going to make so much yield. I'm going to get so much yield. And you don't recognize how much work you were signing yourself up for, especially if you're trying to fill out the whole tent. And you don't realize how long of veg times you're signing yourself up for whenever you're trying to fill out a tent of that size, or the plant count that you're going to have to deal with, which is also going to increase your workload with a tent of that size. And what I always liked about the 2x4s is I can sit in one spot and I can put my hands on every single part of every single plant in there, because you can just sit down, boop, right in front of it. I can put my hand right to the back wall and all the way to the back corners, and I don't have to move to do it. I don't have to lay on my back. I don't have to get under the canopy and lollipop everything laying on my back, because I'm a dummy that put my tent in the corner and now I can't get to the two back sides of it. So I have to crawl under it. You don't have to do any of that with a 2x4. And if you are just starting out, I'm telling you right now, make your life easier. Start with a 2x4. I know you want max yield. I know you want to crush the world with how much weight you're getting. But when you are starting out, I am telling you, even when you're not starting out, a 2x4 is one of the best size tents that you can get. I have tons of them. I use them for my veg tents, and when I'm doing quick turnaround sometimes, whenever I'm testing phenos or I'm pheno hunting, I run flowers in the 2x4s just because of how quick I can turn them around, because I can run a super short veg and get them right into flower, because I don't have to fill too much of the tent out. You know, we're talking 1.5 week, 2 week flowers, and I'm flipping directly into, or 1.5, 2 week veggies, and I can flip directly into flower. It's pretty fantastic. And if you are a new grower, one, the price, super cheap. You can get 2x4s off Amazon, or if you find used stuff on Craigslist from people that have given up from trying to grow this, because they were trying a lot of the wrong information, or, you know, they just didn't have the tools to get it done. You know, they didn't have the help to get it done. You can pick stuff up real cheap off Craigslist. But I'm telling you right now, the cost to get started on a 2x4 is way cheaper, because the lights are way smaller, the tent's smaller, all the equipment you need to run it is a smaller version of, instead of, let's say you went with a 4x8, and now instead of a 4-inch fan, you got to run a 6 or an 8-inch fan. Instead of a $300 light, now you're looking at $700 and $800 lights. And 4x8, now you're looking at 2 of those lights. Whereas with the 2x4, especially when you're getting started, it can make your life so much easier, simply for the fact is, one, your workload's way down, your plant count's way down, your veg time is way down because you got a way smaller area. Your cost out of your pocket is way, way cheaper to get everything you need. And the nice part is you will never grow out of a 2x4. For a home grower, not a facility, of course. Don't mix my words up. This is a home grower channel. You will never outgrow this tent. There is always a practical application for a 2x4. I don't care if you've got a 5x10 and 2 4x8s and, you know, in a different room. The nice part about the 2x4, I don't know, maybe you keep in a male in there. You can stick it anywhere you want, and it takes up practically no room in your house. You can literally stick it up against a wall and have 95, 99% of your room still not taken over by this tent. I absolutely love them. And if you were looking for a first tent, I don't think you will go wrong then with a 2x4. Whatever brand you want to use, I don't care. It's a freaking tent. Now, can you do pull-ups on some of them? Yeah, of course. Some of them, the quality of them is better. Some of them, well, you have to get inside of them and check for light leaks and tape them up. Yeah, of course. But if we're talking budget builds, get us in the door, you ain't going to find a better tent than a 2x4. I stand by that. And the nice part about 2x4 is it is still 8 square feet, and you can still pull up to 1/2 pound out of there dry every time you take that tent down. And I like it. I even like it better than like a 3x3, which is 9 square feet. We're like, well, that's better. But they come out off the wall more. And I'm just a fan of 2x4 tents. And if you're looking for a first tent to get into, I don't think there is a better style of tent or size of a tent for all the benefits it has than to get a 2x4. Now, some of the drawbacks to it is you have to make sure you really want a 6-foot tall one. You will occasionally find some that are the shorty tents where they were only 4-foot tall or 5-foot tall, and that's going to cut down on a little bit of your yield because of such a short tent, because then you stick your lights and stuff in there, and then you're getting shorter and shorter. But you can get these 6-foot tall 2x4s, and you can put some great yield out of them. It makes your life a heck of a lot easier, and it's way less money out of your pocketbook. Okay, that's my thoughts on this. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Remember, go check out Highigan's backup channel on Instagram. I thank all you guys. I hope everybody's had a fantastic January. We got February right around the corner already. What is happening with this year? Let's go.